Hello, so ignore the messy bed, but I've already showed off my DVD collection in an earlier video. Now I kind of want to show off some recent, like my CD, a little bit of my CD collection. It's only one shelf, but I have another shelf. I could do an update sometime later, but I have my CD collection right here, and I have a few music CDs, old DVDs. I don't want to show this keyboard up here. So first off, I've got The Academy Is Almost Here, which is an album I discovered through YouTube recommendations, kinda. And I really fell in love with this album. It's basically a Fall Out Boy. If Fall Out Boy was singing about slightly more like mature topics than what they usually sung about, like dying of cancer, or like trying to make something of yourself, not just be a loser. And there's like a lot of really great songs on here, and my favorite song is probably the phrase that pays, which is about a guy dying of some sort of disease and wanting to make something of himself before he goes. And that's kind of like a relatable topic for a lot of people. A lot of people spend their life in regret of not doing something, and I don't really want to. I want to kind of live a life where at least I'm happy with myself. That's why I started making these YouTube videos, to just give something out there so I can be remembered. Anyway, here's the first CD that I remember buying. Blink-182's Enema of the State. And yeah, the girl on the freaking cover, we all probably know this, but that's a porn star on the cover. Yeah. And this is a classic album. It's got a bunch of really good songs, but I really like Adam's song, because it's the one serious song. Yeah. I think it helped me a lot when I was in high school, struggling with like depression and stuff. I really like the song Aliens Exist and Going Away to College too. Those are fun songs. Anyway, I've got Bob Dylan's Unplugged, which I bought at Bull Moose, and it's pretty good. Bob Dylan's voice sounds weirder than usual. It usually sounds, which is saying something coming from Bob Dylan. But this is actually a pretty decent Unplugged. I don't really have much to say on it though. I think I need to listen to more Bob Dylan albums before I can really judge it. These performances compared to their original. Now, I've got two Beach Boy compilations. One of them my brother gave to me, and the other one I bought at a local store when they still were selling DVDs and CDs. Now they just do antiques and games, video games. And these have a lot of great songs, and both of them have my favorite song by the Beach Boys, which is Darlin', which was like a late period piece, I think, like around the time, like right after the Smile Sessions. Anyway, I also have Boston, the self-titled debut album, which is a classic. It's basically like you buy this for the song More Than a Feeling. But also these other songs are pretty good too. But yeah, Boston is like great. I guess my sister calls them prog rock. I guess they kind of technically are prog rock. And I bought this at a Walmart, and Next up is Cat Stevens, A Journey, which is like a compilation from Starbucks of like all their different like his most popular songs. And I think they play this, I guess they use these for Starbucks, like they used to use these for like Starbucks like radios or whatever. And we've got what comes in like one of these like fold out ones, which are pretty good. I think they're pretty cool. These fold out ones, I do like to mostly like to collect the jewel case, but the jewel case can be a little annoying because some of these are broken. But here is Crowded House, which my dad recommended me listen to this band because it's one of my uncle's favorite bands. And it's pretty good album. But really, again, like Boston, you're only really buying this for the big hit single, which is Don't Dream It's Over Now, which is a great song. Very dreamlike quality. Anyway, here's my favorite band, The Cure, and this is Wish, which is a pretty good album. My dad had a copy of this when he was a teen. In Wish, it's not the best Cure album, but it's might as well be one of the best. It was right after Disintegration, which is one of their magnum opus. And my favorite song on here is probably Doing the Unstuck. But I also like Cut, A Letter to Elise, Trust. I like a lot of these songs. They're really good. The cover is kind of weird. Like, is that supposed to be Earth and these like aliens? Like coming to Earth or something. Anyway, here's The Cranberries, and this is No Need to Argue. It's a good song. Good. There's a lot of good songs on here, and the singer's voice is really good. I think it inspired this one band, Heavenly, that blew up on TikTok recently, like one of their songs, Punk Girl. But this does not have Linger, which is their big hit that got popular on TikTok. Like, even though that song already was popular, it got popular again. It does have their other big hit, which is Zombie, which pretty good. I got Def Leppard, Pyromania, and I don't really, hot take I know, but don't crucify me in the comments. So I don't really like Def Leppard. I don't know, they just seem like kind of glam metal-y and kind of corny to me. Like, they're not that great, in my opinion. But here is Dire Straits' Money for Nothing, which was a little disappointing. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but obviously I knew Money for Nothing. But like, I like some of these songs are pretty good, but some of them are also hit or miss. I like the album cover with the silver guitar. Oh wait, it's Def Leppard. Okay, let's put that up there. Now I got I got these both at Walmart in a double pack. These are the Eagles Greatest Hits, and the Eagles are really good. I know people compare them to the Beatles, like to call them the American Beatles, but they are pretty good, I guess. I don't know. And most of my talking about this is just me saying they're pretty good, but like, they're weirdly kind of pseudo country in a weird way. Put these up here, which is kind of unique for a rock band. They're kind of like, they bridge the gap between country and rock. And here are my Metallicas. I'm only really missing, I got all the classics except for Master of Puppets. That's the only one I'm missing. And I like these, but I kind of wish they had the jewel cases, because these are a pain in the ass to get out. Like, yeah, they have it comes in these like digibooks, and it's like you gotta like to get them, like claw them out, and I can't do it with one hand, so I'm just gonna put them back. But yeah, I think my favorite is Injustice for All. My favorite song on Injustice for All is probably Eye of the Beholder, or of course One. One's a classic. And then, yeah. My second favorite's probably Ride the Lightning. That's a good one. It's just a lot of the songs I can't really think about which ones I like now. A lot of the times of heavier music, a lot of the songs don't stick out to me as much. Anyway, here's My Chemical Romance's Free Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Got this at Bull Moose along with Cure's Wish, and I really like this album. I know I personally prefer I Brought You My Bullets, like their first album, but I can't afford that. That's expensive as fuck on CD. But like, I usually skip the first, like, first like 7 tracks on here, or more like the first 5 tracks, because I really like The Ghost of You. But it's just because they're just a lot of these songs are very overplayed. In the first half. And then the second half I really like Cemetery Drive and Thank You for the Venom are some of my favorite songs. I also like Give 'Em Hell Kid and To the End. Pretty good. I also really like the album art. Like My Chemical Romance are some of my favorite band. Is like a damn good album, in my opinion. Next I have Motorhead, which I bought at a Goodwill. This is Ace of Spades, which is really good, really heavy, and like I really like the song Reptile Room. I don't know. And I Love Me Like a Reptile. That one's pretty funny. And this is like a good, I feel like Motorhead's one of those bands that like metalheads and like punk kids both really like. And like I need to get more punk CDs, but they don't really sell them many good ones at Bull Moose. I'll have to order them online. And this is kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. This is New Order. This is like a compilation, and my brother gave me this. And it's got Mr. Telephone Man, of course. Big hit song that got popular on TikTok recently. And I do really like this. It's really catchy. So this is like one I got at that same store, The Residence for God and Free Persons. And this is like one of the first like the more niche stuff I have. Like this is more of like a, I guess, avant-garde type of thing, like kind of outside the mainstream. And it's good. It's pretty good. But I don't know if this is like considered one of their best albums or not. But it's like a concept album, and it's like a pretty cool one at that. I think it's about like a fake, like a cult, or like a guy who's a cult forms around him or something. I don't know. I'll have to read into it. This is another one my brother gave me. Queen, Greatest Hits. This is pretty good, but surprisingly no Bohemian Rhapsody. Which is weird, because like, that's like their most successful song. I mean, they named the movie after that. And yeah, it's good. My brother gave it to me because he doesn't like Queen, which is odd, really strange. I loved Queen as a teenager. I think they were one of my favorite bands. I even had a poster of them. Bohemian Rhapsody used to be my favorite song too. It was pretty good. And next up they got R.E.M's Out of Time. Really good album. Obviously the most popular, they got the big hit, Losing My Religion. But I kind of like Near Wild Heaven. That's kind of a groovy, I don't know. It makes me feel not like helpful. It makes me feel hopeful, which is something that I think R.E.M's pretty good at. But I listened to this, and then I listened to one of their more 80s albums, or older albums, and their older albums can sound completely different from this. So they just changed their sound. But it's another like rock band. Let me put these back. Let's see. Here's the Metallica. Yeah. There. Yeah, it's another like 80s band that changed their sound a little bit. And let's see. Next up is my second favorite band. Not my favorite album from them. My favorite album from them is like Mellon Collie, which is also my favorite album of all time. I still need to get that. But my favorite album is Mellon Collie and Infinite Sadness. But anyway, this is probably my second favorite album by the Smashing Pumpkins, which is Adore. It's not as long as Mellon Collie, but it might as well be. It's got like 17 tracks. And I love that album art. It's like really freaky. And in the liner notes, you get to see freaking like, what's her name? Darcy's like titties or whatever. But there's some good songs. Ava Adore. They played Ava Adore when I saw the Smashing Pumpkins in Bangor. It was pretty cool. We got to sing along to the chorus. Perfect has an amazing music video, and there's like one specific scene where he's like in a video rental store that I want to swipe for a video one day. Then, Once Upon a Time, Christ Fallen for Marfa, Black Page. This is like, I would say, like electronic, obviously. So it's kind of like lightly, kind of industrial a little bit. But it's kind of like their gothic album a little bit, because it's like the artwork's kind of gothic and stuff. And the Pumpkins have never really been that much of a gothic band. They have a kind of a gothic aesthetic, but they're more like shoegazy, more like alternative, more grunge. And anyway, this is what I got for Christmas. The CD I got for Christmas. The Smiths' Louder Than Bombs, which is like a compilation album with a ton of songs, 24 tracks, almost as much as Mellon Collie, but somehow fits on a single disc. Probably because like all these songs are really short, like two minutes long at most. And yeah, I love Back to the Old House. It's my favorite Smith song, so I had to get this. I like the album with the girls like smoking a cigarette. Cool image. Cool image. I swipe for like a comic I make one day. This is supposed to be System of a Down Toxicity. I bought this at like a local skate shop, but it's not actually the album. It's like, I don't know what album this is, but if you know, tell me. Because like I knew it wasn't because it doesn't have Toxicity on the actual CD, and it doesn't have Chop Suey, which are like two biggest hits. But one of my friends really loved System of a Down, so that's why I bought it. Got this at Bull Moose again. Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever. Really good like crossover between rock and country. Now, I only usually listen to the first half, and then I need to listen more to the second half again. I can listen to the full album. But one thing I didn't like is that they had the two big singles on the same, right next to each other. Free Fallin' and I Won't Back Down. Like, you need to give reasons to listen to the album besides just the hit singles. Like, I don't know. Anyway, this is not a song, CD. This is a CD, but it's not like music CD. It's a game. It's Tekken 3, which I bought at that same store that's used to sell CDs. And this is a great game. I actually have a lot to say about this game. Like, I love the combat, and it's like my first Tekken I ever played. And like, obviously, like, it doesn't age as well compared to newer Tekkens, but still really good. Really good game, and I love the storylines and stuff, and the character endings, and the characters themselves. And this is my dad's favorite band, Tool. This is one of his favorite albums by them, 1,000 Days, and this is pretty good. I need to listen to more Tool, but like I remember my dad used to talk about the like meanings behind each of the songs, and this one's cool because it comes with like binoculars. You can like look at the artwork better, and that's pretty cool. I like to put it like this so that you can see, so you can see the spine. You can see the letters, the spine of it. And this is another one my brother gave me because he doesn't like Weezer, and this is the Blue Album by Weezer. And low key, I like this better than Pinkerton, which is probably considered a hot take by some people. But I love all the songs, like My Name is Jonas, The World Has Turned and Left Me Here, Surf Wax America, In the Garage, and not Holiday, that's one of the lamer songs, but Only in Dreams. Those are my favorite songs on the album. And I don't know, something about it just speaks to me. The way Rivers Cuomo just like embraced the nerd image is kind of funny, and unironically probably more punk rock than a lot of punks are nowadays. Really rejected what was considered cool. I've got the two best White Stripes albums, White Blood Cells and Elephant. Now I think I like White Blood Cells more, mostly because it's got like really good songs on it, like I Find It Hard to Be a Gentleman, Little Room, We're Going to Be Friends, obviously, from Napoleon Dynamite, and I Think I Smell a Rat is one of my personal favorites. And like Elephant has Seven Nation Army and a few other really good songs. But these are also both really long albums, like over 13 tracks. Like that would be considered a double album back in the vinyl days. Anyway, next up I have Peter Gabriel. I bought this like a couple days ago with my best friend when we were in Bull Moose. This is Peter Gabriel, and I haven't listened to all of it yet. I've listened to like half of it. Really interesting album, actually. Like it takes prog and it makes it like electronic and like post-punk, like kind of like new wavy. Or I don't know if new wave is the right word. I think it's more like, I don't know, not techno, but very unique sound. And there's a lot of like esoteric meanings behind it, I guess. Each of the songs, like down here, they have a whole blurb describing some of like the inspiration behind this album. And it's pretty cool, pretty good. I need to put these in like alphabetical order, these two. And then I got Modern English, Pillow Lips. And this was kind of disappointing because like I Melt With You, obviously, this is a re-recording version of the classic song. And it was it's like, you buy it for that, it's a great song, but the rest of it is kind of mid, not that great. Like, it's not their best material. Like, I would have preferred After the Show, the one with the horses, but that one has a lot of the good stuff. Anyway, here's like the two music DVDs I have. The Cure trilogy, which is Pornography, Disintegration, and Blood Flowers, played in their entirety live in Berlin. And there's some special features where he plays some songs from Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. I watched this on YouTube, actually, and it was like 3 hours. So it's good to have this DVD just in case I don't have internet and I can burn it to like a hard drive onto a computer. Which I want to do with all of these. Because it's good to have physical media just for that rainy day when internet's out. And because you can actually, own your stuff, own the media you consume. And next up is Smashing Pumpkins, If All Goes Wrong, which is, I'm pretty sure, Region 2, so it might not play on my PS3. But I could just, mod my PS3 to, play Region 2. But this is basically a documentary and a concert film, which is pretty cool. And it's all from, the Zeitgeist tour, so it's all the songs from Zeitgeist. Which I know a lot of people don't really like that album. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And anyway, that's the end of the video. And here is like a plush that my mom's friend gave me, which is from like is a character called Grail from like the show Black Butler. Watched a video by this YouTuber Hazel about it. It's pretty cool. I never watched the show though. And this is like, also that's a dude by the way. But also, I got this R2D2 from a friend of the family. R2D2 piggy bank. Anyway, like and subscribe, I guess.